Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually shocked R. Kelly is still in jail. This man seemed to be playing the best game of dodgeball when it came to him getting reprimanded for his alleged indiscretions, but this time is actually starting to stick. As you may recall, R. Kelly was locked up in early July after walking his dog outside of his Chicago Trump Tower home. Now, they issued a 13-count indictment against the singer, but prior to this arrest, Kelly was out on bail for a slate of charges in Chicago, which included 5 felony counts of aggravated criminal sexual assault. Now, speaking of being out on bail, R. Kelly's bond this time was set at $1 million. And of course, most of the time you can come up with 10% of that, which would have been $100,000. Well, a woman by the name of Valencia Love paid the 10%, which again was $100,000, and R. Kelly was set free. Again, this isn't the last time he was locked up because R. Kelly is still in jail. This was the time before that. Now, the woman Valencia Love was interviewed via phone by ABC News, and she stated that it was his own money and he was a good friend of hers. Now, they're saying she owned her own restaurant, and since she made this move to help out R. Kelly, her restaurant was not doing well. Well, child, now a day ago, she has requested her money back. Yes, I said her money back. Yes, the money that she said was his, she is now requesting back, and the judge is denying her money. Want a refund from the prison? R. Kelly can't go missing. You gave $100,000 to a man that like pissing. He got you low on funds. You looking so dumb. Now the court's spending your money saying you can't get none. Ayy, bounce, 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 bounce. Y'all know Chronicles ain't got no good sense, honey. Well, they're saying that the Chicago Sun-Times reporter Mitch Dudek wrote on Twitter, judge now hearing from attorney representing Valencia Love, who met R. Kelly on a Lake Michigan boat cruise and later posted $100,000 for his bond, buying his freedom until he was arrested on federal charges, and now she wants her money back. It just sounds funny to me that she said it was R. Kelly's money at first, and now she's saying she wants her money back. Sis, make it make sense. Now, the reporter added that attorney representing Love says she had no knowledge of federal investigations in New York or Illinois when she posted bond, and that Kelly is a man of vast resources, which I can't tell because he was not able to get himself out, nor was anyone on his team able to give you your money back. Valencia, you better than me, honey, because I'm not giving $100 to a man, let alone $100,000 to a man that's not my own. I'm sorry, you're not getting it, baby, especially if it's for child pornography related charges. Although she feels that he's innocent, there's no way in the world with having a business, a daycare, and a restaurant, I would not want to be associated with having my name on any documents with a man of this caliber with these types of charges. I'm just saying. Now, R. Kelly went to court on September 17th. He is now back in jail, being held without a bond, and Love's attorney, John Collins, says his client was unaware of additional investigations against R. Kelly when she posted his bond. There's been a substantial change of circumstances, Collins said, according to CBS Chicago. In this instance, he's held no bond, so the purpose of the bond are frustrated in Illinois. Collins argued that with Kelly back in jail, being held with no bond, there is no reason for the courts to keep Love's money, although she said it was R. Kelly's money. However, Judge Lawrence Flood says Love signed a bond slip acknowledging that she could lose her money even if Kelly met the conditions of his bond. A judge could order the bond money be used to pay attorney fees, court costs, and fines. So all in all, she will not be getting her money / R. Kelly's money / whoever's money it is not coming back. The court says it's mine's. Yes, with an S at the end. It's mine's.
My name is John Collins, J-O-H-N-C-O-L-I-N-S. On behalf of the surety, requesting leave to intervene in this matter and present a motion to Your Honor.
All right, I'll give you the opportunity to file your motion and intervene for the limited purpose of arguing on behalf of the surety that you want the bond returned. Well, it seems to me, in just looking at the motion,
Yes.
that the only response that the defendant may have is whether or not he wants to agree to exonerate the bond. which means that he would be held no bond.
And again, I understand that they are trying to petition in Northern District, Illinois, and in New York. However, Judge, the petitioner is in fear of jeopardy of losing this bond. Judge, as we understand, I think there may have been a CBR placed on this bond, and there's monies owed, so we want to try to stop before and let the court know at the earliest moment that we expect to receive these monies back.
Okay, the only question I have is what authority do you believe that the surety has to come in and request that I do that?
Well, Judge, there's been a substantial change of circumstances. Just like when there's a change of circumstances to increase the bond, Judge, in this instance, he's held no bond, so the purposes of the bond are frustrated in Illinois. And with that being said, Judge, the surety had no basis of knowledge for the additional investigations. It was for this purposes only. So if bond is to be frustrated and he's to be held no bond, then there's no need to have her money sitting in deposit. So if they want to have an opportunity to address that, maybe some modifications to the other jurisdictions' bonds, but this case, this money in these instances were expected to be for this purposes. With bond being frustrated, the court has the ability to address bond in its own right. You didn't increase the bond in this instance, however.
But this is a different issue. Yeah. You're asking on behalf of the surety that I return the bond money, and I'm asking you by what authority are you asking that?
Judge, if bond is frustrated, or if he's not being, if the purposes of bond are not being met, then the court has an option at its discretion, Judge, to order the defendant held with no bond in this instance. If he's going to be held no bond in two other jurisdictions and have this bond out here waiting, then the entire purposes of bond are frustrated, so we can actually let you exonerate it. It's allowable under the statute. If you want additional specific instances, we can provide those, Judge.
Well, let me ask you this. Your client,
Yes.
okay, is Miss Chronicle Love. Is that correct?
Valencia.
I'm sorry, Valencia Love.
Yes.
And she's the surety. She signed the bond slip, correct? Okay. And did she read the bond slip?
Yes.
She did.
Yes, as far as I understand.
All right. If you look at the bond slip, it's clearly stated under notice to person providing bail money other than the defendant. And there's 4 points.
Yes.
All right? And point 1 is, I understand that the money that I have posted is for the bail for the defendant named in this bond in the above numbered case or cases. Okay? Paragraph 1. Paragraph 2, and this is most important. Paragraph 2. I understand that even if the defendant follows all court orders, that this money may be ordered in the judge to pay for the defendant's attorney's fees, court costs, fines, fees, and restitution to the victim, and that I may lose all of my money. That's italicized for emphasis. Third, I understand that if the defendant fails to comply with the conditions reflected in the bond, I may lose all my money should the court enter the forfeiture of bail order. Again, I may lose all my money is also italicized. Okay. And then the 4th point deals with the 10% of the bond. But my point is this, that when your client signed this surety on behalf of Mr. Kelly, right next to the signature, these conditions are set forth. So, I mean, there's a certain risk that a surety has in signing a bond slip for someone on behalf of someone who's in custody. She took that risk.
Judge, notwithstanding the language on that, we still ask that in the issue of fairness, Judge, Mr. Kelly is a man of massive resources. This is a private citizen that comes for a limited purpose to assist. And in the interest of what fairness is, she didn't know that New York was going to indict. She didn't know that Minnesota was going to indict. She didn't know that Northern District of Illinois was going to indict. And then those changed the circumstances where, as part of paragraph 2, Judge, Mr. Counsel was representing Mr. Kelly prior to the posting of said bond. So that was hard to see how that could anticipate, how he anticipate someone posting bond and using those resources to cover his fees. So what we actually say, in interest of fairness, if he's not going to be released on bond in this instance, exonerate the bond. And it's not an uncommon practice if someone custody status is.
That's a decision made by the defendant. That's not a decision made by the surety.
I understand.
That's made by the defendant. Okay? And the money is posted on behalf of the defendant by the surety.
I still think sureties, and I can find the statute, I think sureties have a right to say if there's a change of circumstances or he doesn't comply with that, they can raise and say, hey, I'd like to have that money back. I don't think it's.
I'd like to see that, because I've never run across that. And I think of what that implies. Think of what that implies if what you're saying is true. The implications are that any person who posts a bond on behalf of another, all right, if they don't like what's going on with the defendant or the particular circumstances, they can come into a court and ask that the bond be exonerated because they feel that things aren't going the way that they thought that they would. That contradicts completely what's in the notice to the surety on the bond slip at the time that Ms. Love signed the bond slip.
Judge, when that bond slip was being signed in the halls of the Cook County Jail, I don't think that she took the time to have legal advice. I think that we can raise these issues, Judge, and the fact that there's any surety with a request on it doesn't like to change the way that the case is going. That's not the instance here. The bond is totally frustrated, and it seems like there's going to be a big grab at it when it wasn't initially agreed upon. So if the court would like additional information, I can present that and we can set it down for additional hearings where the court can be persuaded that.
I'm not going to go down that road right now. I'm going to deny your motion. I'm going to deny it. I don't believe that there's any basis for it, so it'll be denied.
Judge.
If you have anything else in the future and you want to bring it, I'll take a look at it. But right now, you haven't really presented me with anything and in fact, I believe that the law is contrary to what you're telling me. But I'll take a look at something if you have something.
So if in the future that I have something different,
Sure.
we
You can always ask to come in again on a petition to intervene. Okay?
Child, well, it seems like sis definitely is not getting that money back, and y'all keep that in your mind before you think about bailing somebody out of jail. Anyway, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this situation regarding Valencia Love and her not getting her money back for the $100,000 that she put up for R. Kelly's bond, although he's still in jail. Leave a comment, and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Now, before I end this video, I want to tell you about a company called Ash Kicking. Now, you know your girl Chronicles would not promote a company without doing one of those thorough Chronicle Speaks investigations, honey, and Ash Kicking definitely passed the test. Y'all make sure to check out ashkicking.com for one of the best 100% natural home fragrance and beauty products, honey, and use my code Chronicles at checkout for an extra 15% off just for you. Also, make sure to check out XMoisture, which is a 100% organic moisturizer that destroys all your skin problems. Eczema, dry skin, rosacea, you name it, they got you covered. They also have before and after pictures. Check them out at www.xmoisture.com and tell them your girl Chronicle sent you. And before you go, don't forget to hit the bell for notifications, like this video, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.